Our town with 2 lakh population does not have library facilities. The local high school is unable to have its own library due to lack of the funds. There is a junior college having its own library restricted for its own students. High school students and other citizens are deprived of library facilities in spite of number of appeals made to the government. Write a representation as a local representative inviting immediate attention of honorable minister for education, reminding him of his various assurance for sanctioning a branch library to your town. Write an application to the executive director, Hyderabad Heart Institute, Medwin Hospital, Nampalli, Hyderabad, in response to his advertisement for a post of one dental surgeon. Candidate should be a master of dental surgery from any recognized university having at least 6 years of experience as senior dental surgeon in any teaching hospital recognized by the University Grants Commission. Higher emoluments with free, well furnished quarters and all other benefits on par with state government scales would be extended. Mosquito menace increased day by day in Twin Cities, resulting in outbreak of malaria, etc. Sewerage lines are not covered and are not being drained regularly. DDT is not being sprayed from time to time by the municipal authorities. Encroachments by hut dwellers here and there caused increased sanitary problems in addition to scarcity of regular water supply. Roads and protected water supply pipelines are damaged due to heavy rains. Pits dug by electricity and telephone authorities are full with rainwater leading to frequent accidents during nights. Drafty a press note to the editor, The Hindu, highlighting all the grievances being experienced by public of towns, twin cities, drawing the attention of the concerned authorities. Due to number of chit fund companies, people are tempted to enroll themselves by paying regular installments, but majority of companies are cheating by winding up suddenly and the whereabouts of them are not traceable by the police authorities. Draft an appeal from the city police commissioner alerting the public to be vigilant, keeping away from such companies. In spite of such appeal, people who still tempt to approach such chit funds shall be doing so at their own risk. The fourth annual general meeting of Andhra Pradesh University Teachers Association will be held at Visakhapatnam next month. Draft a message from Education Minister for publication in a souvenir to be brought out on the occasion, stressing on need to improve teaching standards and relations between teacher and taught, prevent unrest in campuses, and mold peoples as responsible citizens of tomorrow. There have been many cases of that in some localities in Vijayawada, especially when the inmates were away. Draft a letter to the Commissioner of Police drawing his attention to this and request him to post sufficient number of policemen in plain clothes to trace the culprits. Replying to the debate on the President's address in the Rajya Sabha, the Prime Minister said, I am grateful to the honorable members who have participated in this debate and made valuable suggestions. This year's address has specially laid emphasis on the need to restore confidence and communal amity which have been shaken by the tragic events of last year and what followed thereafter. Today, our agenda mentioned by the President last year in his address unfortunately has been diverted from the economic program to something which impinges on the very survival of the nation as a secular entity. And therefore, the change is noteworthy. We have to understand the change and we have to do something about changing the agenda back to economic activities, economic program and development. We are a poor country. We cannot afford these bickerings in the name of religion, in the name of language, in the name of region. Therefore, I would like to say that the President's address has got a very significant thing, and that is to warn the nation that something wrong has happened, something out of the way has happened, and this needs to be corrected. The unfortunate attempt to bring in religion for political purposes and making it operate on the minds of the people in their political activity has been there for quite some time. It has been on the increase, but it was anticipated even during the debates in the Constituent Assembly, and from that point of view, it is not surprising or it is not new. What has really increased during the last few years is its intensity and the deliberate attempt, the deliberation, the planned way in which it is being done. In the earlier days, maybe it was done in a sporadic manner here and there, but this is totally different, and this has to be combated with all our might if the nation has to survive. I would like to draw the attention of the honorable members to a resolution which was tabled in the Constituent Assembly, where this matter was clearly referred to. The resolution said that communalism should be eliminated from Indian life, and no communal organization should be permitted to engage in any activities other than those essential for the legitimate religious and cultural needs of the community, and that all steps to prevent such activities should be taken. Since then, several attempts were made, laws have been passed, and legislation has been brought which to some extent has tried to minimize the menace and control the menace, but only to some extent. Ultimately, it has not been possible to eliminate this tendency. We have been only making some efforts to minimize it, but no effort has been made to eliminate it. In a matter like this, I think unless you eliminate it, the tendency of this is only to grow. Any half-hearted measure will only make it grow. It will not control it. This has been the experience. We did not use the word secular in the first draft of our Constitution. It was not there, but the idea was that it has to be secular because you cannot have real democracy in our society unless you have secularism, unless all are equal. Equality was ensured. It was guaranteed. All the characteristics of secularism were guaranteed. 25 years later, during the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution, the then Prime Minister realized that this is necessary. It is not enough if it is only implied from other provisions of the Constitution. It should be specifically and explicitly mentioned in the preamble.